Okay. Today is Friday, 3 of July 2026. I think it's better. It's good. And this is my first attempt to revise. I'm starting to learn about my course, so I just made some notes yesterday. No, not yesterday, on the 13th of June, and today is my revise day. So I'm trying to attempt to revise it like I am trying to explain to someone else. I don't know. This is so weird. Okay. The difficult part here is that I have to revise it, or I have to explain it in English, because my notes are in English, so I have to revise it in English. If I attempt to revise it in Portuguese, I'm going to get confused, because I didn't translate the lesson yet. All right, so this is my attempt to revising. I was studying. The first thing that I studied was what is environmental management, and I used the book by Cambridge University, Press and Assessment, Environmental Management. So I used that book, and I think I studied page 1 to 3, I think. So I made my notes, and I'm trying to first to revise it now. So the first things we need to know about before we talk about environmental management, we need to talk about first is unit. What else? We need to talk about unit. We need to know about ecosystem. I think I'm just going to put it here. Ecosystem. What else we need to talk about? I don't know, I'm just going to start with this. Unit for the environmental management, it's one complete system. So for us, unit it's defined as one complete system that works together, that functions together. Like the unit, it's a big thing that inside that big thing there's small things that all those small things work together in that big thing. One of these units can be, for example, our body. It's a unit because inside our body we have different parts that works together. If one of those parts fails, that means that we are not good. All right. If our heart starts bumping, start popping. Popping is popping the right word? I don't know if popping is the right word, but if our heart starts to pop in a weird way, our body is going to feel it. If for example, when we are sick, for example, our nose, for example, now my nose is so it's running. I don't know, I'm sick, I'm constipated. I think I'm constipated. So because I'm constipated, my nose is itching and my eyes are like it's a whole mess. So for the environmental management, or for in the environment, the environment, for example, it's a unit. Inside the environment there's all those small parts. The ecosystem, we have the trees, the non-living and living parts. wait. A unit is one complete system that functions together. That inside that system there are small parts that works together. in the environment, for example, we have living and not living things that interact with each other, and from that interaction, the system works. For example, the living things are the animals and plants. The non-living things are the soil, are the rocks, are the temperature, the, how do you say, climate, 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 I don't know, the climate, the air, water, and all those stuff. So in the environmental management, we have to manage those. We need to, in the environmental management, our response, our it's a process. I don't know how can I explain this, but in the environmental management, it's a process of trying to find solutions to trying to find a balance. I'm just going to say that, trying to find a balance between the ecosystem, that it's a unit of nature, and the human needs. Okay, so the environmental management works with trying to find solutions to keep that balance, of to maintain that balance. Why? Because as human beings, we need to evolve. We need food, we need shelter, we need security, we need protection, and all those stuff we um, find in the nature. We find in the ecosystem, on we find on the in the on the in the ecosystem. So we need to um, we need to know how to we need to know we humans, we need to we need things from the nature, but the nature also, when we take from the nature, we need to know that the nature is going to suffer. We need to know that the nature is going to suffer. So our job as environmental managers are to find the balance between we as human taking from the nature, but also letting the nature grow, like not disturbing it, because when we, for example, cut so many trees, we are going to if we take so many trees, if we take so many trees, we will not get enough trees to absorb the CO2, like CO2, carbon dioxide, I don't know, the CO2. So if we cut so many trees, we will have many CO2. So that's bad. Oh my god, explaining it's so hard. Like, it's so hard. I don't know. I know. Like, the information is here. And the information it's in English also, because I didn't translate it. But at the same time, trying to explain it, it's hard. Like, it's really hard. But let's try again. I'm not going to cut any of these parts. I'm just going to put it on my channel like raw. I'm going to put it raw so I can see my progression. Let's recapture. Let's go back. The first thing we need to know about environmental management is unit. Unit is one complete system that works together. But I don't think that saying unit is one complete system that works together is correct, because if it's one complete system, of course it needs to work together. I don't know how can I explain that. I don't think that phrase, a unit is one complete system that functions together, is the right sentence. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but it's the definition I have. So I just can't, I have to explain it. When we say a unit is one complete system, it means that the unit is one thing, one big thing. Inside that big thing we have small things. Those small things works together in that big thing. For example, our body. In the environment, we have the ecosystem. So inside an ecosystem is the big thing. The interaction between the living things and the non-living things are the small parts. So that interaction has to work, because if that interaction doesn't work, we are going, the ecosystem is not going to function. One main, the main subject, or the main thing that disturbs that interaction between the living and non-living thing, or the living with living things, is the human being, because of our needs. What I'm trying to say is that in an ecosystem, let's say in a forest. In Portuguese is floresta. I don't know if it's forest. It's forest. In the forest, we have trees and we have the carbon dioxide, and we know that there is an interaction between them. So the trees absorb the carbon dioxide and expel the oxygen. If we cut the tree, we are disturbing this interaction, and that forest is not going to have the same the same capacity. The forest is not going to have the same capacity as it did before. Okay, it's one less tree absorbing the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide. So the human being, the needs of the human being, because that's all, the whole problem is because our needs. The needs of human beings are the main problem to disturb that interaction in an ecosystem, that it's a unit of nature. And inside that ecosystem, there is also other units of nature, like ocean, like a forest, like a savanna, all those small things. So we, as environmental managers, we need to try to keep or to maintain a balance between the interactions of the unit and our needs. All right, so these two things have to balance, or we need to not disturb them too much. It's not disturb it too much. I'm just going to say that. Our need to, for example, shelter. If we need a roof on top of our head, if we need to build a house, we are going to cut trees, for example. Our necessity to cut trees doesn't have to, or can disturb the trees. The trees. I don't know. I don't know. I know this. I can explain the example in Portuguese. I can't explain it in English. But okay. Our need to build a house. For us to build a house, we need to cut trees. So our need to cut trees doesn't have or can't impact the interaction or the balance in the forest. We will cut the trees, but we will also plant the trees that we cut so we can maintain the balance that we disturb, so that's why the book says that environmental management, it's not ecology, uh, applied ecology, because applied for ecology is the science that studies the interaction between living things and non-living things, those interactions. An environment, it's the physical or biological space that those living and non-living things interact. And an ecosystem, it's it's a unit of nature where the living things and not living things interact. I don't know if I made it clear. I'm looking at the battery. I have 9%, but okay, I'm already done. Well, what I was trying to say? I don't know what I was trying to say. Fuck. What I was trying to say? What I was trying to say is that environmental management, it's not applied ecology. Applied ecology is it's using the concept of ecology to in the environment. But environmental management is more about it's about people management, because this whole disturbance in the ecosystem, it's because of human beings. So our face is not for our objective, or our objective, it's not for the environment itself, but for the thing that causes the environmental distress. Distress. I'm just going to say it like that. And the environmental distress. I don't know how can I explain it, but the environmental distress. I hope this is making any sense. I'm not going to repeat because I already forgot what I said last night. But our objective is for the people. We need to manage the people, the human, to people, okay, human being. The human being is bad, so our focus on the human being, because without the needs of the human being, we will not have that distress of the nature on the environment. Okay, we will not have all those issues and trends. Okay, the issues that we have and the trends that we have are all because of the needs of the human being. So we have to focus on those needs. How can we achieve those needs, but also how can we accept, or not upset, or pay attention to the limits of the nature or of the environmental. Because environmental management, it's not against the development of the, or it's not against our development. Okay, we want nice things, we want to live nice, We want better food, we want better houses, better cars, and all that, better phones. But that need for those things can't disturb the limits of the nature. We need to accept the limits of the nature, and that for that accept we need to focus on human being. Okay, I hope it made sense. I just hope it made sense. Another thing that I wanted to say that the book says. I'm just going to look at my notes. I didn't look at my notes. I'm so okay, but I'm not going to look it. I'm so happy. The book also says that if we want to be a successful environmental manager, we need to, one, be a part of the issues and trends that it's occurring, and we need to be a part of the many issues and trends that is being discussed, is appearing. Issues are problems, trends are the parameters, I think. For example, one environmental issue, air pollution. Trend, it's how that air pollution is going from the past year, like the levels of that air pollution, if it's going bad or good. It's like a parameter. So we need to be a part of the issues and trends. That's what I'm doing. Two, we need to, when finding those solutions, we need to put the community of other people involved in those solutions. We, as environmental manager, do not work alone. We don't work alone. We work with the community, we work with other professionals, we work with everybody. So in case of the other people, we need to work with them. We need to find solutions with them. Because, for example, a community, those are the ones that are going to practice those things to achieve that balance. So if they don't want, if I came to them and I just say, you have to do this because I'm saying so, they were not going to do it. So we need to work with them. And third, those solutions have to be good. It's not good, but they have to be, let's say, I'm just going to see. It's already. Those solutions have to work despite political, legal, or organizational challenge. Like they have to work. Independentemente da política, das leis e dos desafios organizacionais. So yeah, I think it's all. For example, I wrote here. Environmental management is the process of balancing the units of nature. It works with the human needs and the limits of nature, how they can coexist, because environmental management doesn't want to stop development, just wants that development to occur without disturbing the main source of it. So when I say just want that development to occur without disturbing the main source of it, is that for us to achieve a certain development, we are going to take, we are going to need the environment. So it doesn't make any sense you destroy the environment for your development. Like you are going to need that if it's not going to be today, it's going to be tomorrow. So it doesn't make any sense. And I say we do that by learning that our search to satisfy our needs okay, sometimes damage the environment, so we need to change our approach. That's why I'm saying that, or the book says that environmental management, it's about people management, how they can, we teach them and teach ourselves how can we achieve those needs without disturbing the environment. And we need to change our approach. We need to change our approach in wanting to satisfy our needs. I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. So I think that's all. I spoke in 25 minutes, and it maybe it's like a lot, but it's like the time that I set myself to do it. So yeah, I think I made a good job. I think I made a good job. And see you on my next revising day. That is going to be in 3 days. I revise every 3 days. So today, I don't know if I think I should write it down, this. And yeah, I think I should write it down on my blog. I'm going to put it on my blog. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this mess. I don't know if somebody's watching. I don't know if someone is watching. But thank you so much for watching. And yeah, bye.